everyone, and welcome to our Touch Base Thursday for July 14th. This week just seems to be flying by. I'm not sure how that is even possible. Let me make sure I got my external monitor volume up here. But it is already Thursday, so I feel like I was just live with all of you like 2 days ago. But anyway, welcome as you're joining. Please comment and tell me hello and let me know that you are live with me. And hi Philomena and Carol, and welcome Patty. Look at all of you coming in, Sonia and another Carol. So welcome everyone to our Touch Base Thursday Facebook Live for the middle of July, which is hard to believe that in a couple weeks we have our county fair, and my girls are going to be taking pigs to the fair. Thank you, Natalie. Natalie helped me get all my gear set up. But anyway, so we are working hard on getting all of our fair stuff ready. So I'm definitely going to be posting pictures for you of all of our festivities from the fair. I can't believe I haven't posted a picture of our pigs for you guys yet to see. But we have 5 pigs. So each girl, both Natalie and Claire, will be taking 2 pigs to the fair as long as they make their weight. And then we have one that we call the family spare. So in case one doesn't make weight, we have a chance for a spare to make the weight. So what I mean by make the weight, in order to take a pig to the fair, they have to weigh between 220 and 300, I think is the limit. And if you're under or over, you can't take it. So that's the sad part. That was what happened to Claire a couple years ago. She took her pigs to their fair and neither one of them made weight. And so our family spare did. And so we were stuck with a couple pigs. So that's kind of the gamble that you take with that. But we are giving it one more year. This might be our last year that we do 4-H. I told the girls we got to pick and choose things we do, and they're just getting too busy in other things. And I think next year would probably be Natalie's last year anyway. But I'm thinking it might just be time for us to say enough with that. But anyway, as most of you know, we're busy on the go. Claire just finished a cello camp that she was at for the last 3 days, a very intense cello camp. They pretty much crammed 2 weeks of music in 3 days, and she did great, and it was a good experiment for her with her new cello, and she found out that she loves her cello. So funny for you that I didn't realize this is that when her professor came to kind of evaluate her cello, he said to her, well, what have you named this one? And she went, oh, her name is Valentina. And I knew that she had named her previous one Cosette. And so I guess it's a thing to name your instruments. So anyway, she named her instrument Valentina. So it took me a while to remember that name. I was calling it something weird and silly forever. But I finally, I think, have it in my brain that she named hers Valentina. But the picture, when she puts it on her back to carry it in its hard case, you don't see much of her legs because she's so short. You see like mid-calf down to her foot. It looks like there's a cello walking on feet. No kidding. But anyway, I'll have to share that picture here for you guys to see. It's kind of cute, but small little stuff, carries her cello like no problem. And the professor said that she did great with it. So anyway, so she came home from that camp all rejuvenated and ready to keep on playing, so that's kind of cool. It was kind of a bummer that her Blue Lake experience got canceled, and we thought we might be able to get her in to do the one in August, but it's just not going to work. So anyway, so we're just going to kind of let that go and go from there. And then I got to tell you guys, my Billy Joel concert last week was phenomenal. If any of you have an opportunity to see Billy Joel, if you're a Billy Joel fan, he was phenomenal in concert. Probably one of the best concerts that I've been to. And then next week we finish out. We've been going to quite a few concerts the last few months. But next week we go to see, on Monday night, we go to see we just saw Billy Joel. Elton John. So we see Elton John, and then our concerts are done for the summer. But we're really excited, and I'll be posting a really cute picture. Natalie bought a special outfit to wear. She's a huge Elton John fan. And so she bought a really cute outfit with the fringe and everything, a cute little skirt and jacket that she's going to be wearing, glasses, the whole 9 yards for Elton John. So that'll be kind of fun. So anyway, we have just been crazy busy doing our normal stuff. I've got an event this weekend for my team, a team card making day event. So looking forward to seeing a bunch of my team members. And then I want to thank all of you that participated in my in-person or online Vogel sale. It was a huge hit. You all did, again, it was a huge undertaking for me. A lot of work, so I appreciate the patience with a lot of you the last couple of weeks. But all of the product has been shipped out to everyone. I think I'm waiting on 2 or 3 orders yet, so it's gone pretty good. So thank you to everyone. I hope that you enjoyed that event. I do it just once a year in June, and well, I do it at different events that I have, but like the online and the in-person here in my garage is just a once a year thing. So anyway, so that's what I got going on in my crazy busy life. And I wouldn't have it any other way though. It's gonna go fast and it will all be done. So anyway, as you guys know, I see a lot of you are already sharing, so yay. If you share my video, you get into the drawing. So I looked at all of the comments and all of you, again, make sure you comment, share it. I see a lot of you doing that. I don't usually get to see that you've shared in where it says share. So the comments is where I look. And you get into the drawing to win a couple prizes. So the winner of the Elegant Faceted Gems from last week is Carol Grove. So congratulations to Carol, yay! And then the winner of the crinkle, or I think it's called the crinkle seam binding is, let me look at my notes here, Shelby Lavrack. So congratulations to, I know Carol was watching. I don't think Shelby's on yet, but she usually joins or watches on replay. So congratulations to Shelby and to Carol. Oh, Shelby is on. She just came on. So Shelby, not sure if you heard, but you are the winner from sharing last week of the white crinkle ribbon. So congratulations, yay. All right, those will get out next week. And then I'm changing it up a little bit for what my prizes are for you for next week, okay? So one of them is the 2021-2023 in color gems. They're really pretty. But then this one, this one is the Host Celebration stamp set. So this is a stamp set you can only get during Celebration if you put in a minimum, I think it's a 250 order or something, or 300. I'll have to look at the brochure for sure, but I've got a couple extra of these and decided to have this be one of the prizes. Because I know a lot of you probably won't be able to get your hands on that unless you put in a big order all at once. And that, I know that's nearly impossible to do, because I totally get that. But because of my BOGO sale, I've been putting in some orders, and so I have a couple extra of those. And so I decided to share the wealth with all of you. So those are what we will draw for next week, okay? So it is called the Perfectly Pomegranate, really pretty stamp set. I can see it's 300. Thank you, Courtney. I can see myself using this with colors like the rich raspberry and things like that. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be giving away and drawing for next week. So make sure you share. All right, couple more things in the way of announcements before I talk to you about what you're going to be seeing tonight. A new class opened up today. If you, so a few changes with my emails that I usually send out. So I was sending out an email on Tuesday, which I called it my Tuesday Tidings. And then I was also sending out my free tutorials on Friday. So if you're part of my email list, you would be getting those emails, and plus my classes. And I'm changing my Tuesday email. I'm struggling with getting that email out on a Tuesday. My Monday is just crazy as I enter my work week and back to work and all of that. So I am changing it to just being a weekly newsletter that will go out either on Wednesday. Hopefully I'm going to aim for Wednesday, but it's going to just be called the Basement Bunch Stampers Weekly Newsletter. And then my Friday tutorials will still go out on Friday. So just a small little shift there in my emails that I'm going to be making starting today. So you would have gotten your first Basement Bunch Stampers weekly newsletter today. And so just wanted to let you guys know that you would have seen a new class opened up. My Olive Branch class opened, and that class includes the awesome Olive Branch stamp set. And all of the cards are really quick and simple cards, but they're beautiful cards. So it includes the stamp set, the ribbon, and embellishment, shipped to right to you. I think it was $50, $55, something like that. But everything is prepped and ready for you just to stamp and have fun. I think I used 3 ink colors, and so I mentioned which colors I used. Really pretty simple cards. So that just opened up today. And then I also have my Abigail Rose class open for the month of July. Sweetest Christmas, which is those beautiful candy cane Christmas cards. I know you guys are thinking, really, Kim, Christmas in July? But yeah, I do it. And then my Splendid Day card class. So those are all the classes that I currently have open. And if you are attending my in-person classes, I normally do the third and the fourth Monday. The third Monday I will not be here. I will be seeing Elton John. So I moved that class to the third Tuesday. So it's July 19th or July 25th for my in-person classes, okay? Making sure you guys know that. And then I know a few of you have reached out to me and asked me about retreats. What am I going to be doing for any kind of crafting retreats this fall? So the one that I did every year for the St. Henry Center, which is a fundraiser for the building that I get to use for so many of my stamping events, will be September 16th and 17th. And that registration link is going to be coming out soon. And then I'm doing another one on October 15th. It's just a day event. It's called my Be Grateful retreat. And I have lots of cute little fun things planned to give to all of my attendees at that event. And it's also going to be available online. And I'm grateful for all of you. So I've got a few little surprises and fun things in plan and in store to do for that event. So you'll be seeing those coming out as well. And then last but not least, my Sun Prince class, I know it closed for registration on Friday. I think it closes this Friday. And I only have 2 kits left of that. So if it's a class you want, those are the cards that had all those pretty blue designer series paper. And a few of you I know said you loved it. So I only have 2 kits left of that. So that one I think will be selling out. So if it's one that you wanted, let me know. And then the final announcement is my product share. I did a designer series paper product share. It will ship next week, but I do have 1 spot open. I had a lady that had to cancel on that event. I do have 1 spot left. $57. That includes the cost to ship it to you. Local pickup will adjust the shipping, but it includes a quarter pack of every single designer series paper in the holiday catalog, and that includes all the specialty paper too, all the glimmer paper, the shimmer paper, anything that's in the holiday catalog. You get a quarter pack of it, packaged all nice and neatly. I'll have each pack of paper in a bag with a label clearly marked. So if it's something that you want, please private message me. I do have 1 left that I would love to be able to give to somebody to love on and see. It's also a good way for you to be able to see all of the designer series paper. Then you'll know, oh my gosh, I really like this one, because again, our paper doesn't always, or the catalog doesn't always do it justice. So it's a really good way for you to be able to see the paper, touch it, feel it, play with it, see what you like. So anyway, whew, that was a lot of information in a short time. So those are my announcements. Celebration is still going strong. Tonight you're going to be seeing me play with 3 different celebration items. And I'm glad I picked 3 because I'm here to tell you 1 celebration item is already sold out. It is the Soft Sea Foam and Pool Party note cards and envelopes. They went fast, they were popular, they were gorgeous, I'm not surprised. All of our celebration items are while supplies last. So that is why I really encourage you, if there's certain things you want, to get your orders in sooner than later to make sure that you get them before they are sold out. So tonight though, you're going to be seeing me using 3 of the celebration products. I'm going to be using the Hippest Hippos stamp set and the Hippos dies, and then the gold and silver designer series paper, the 6x6 paper. So these are all 3 options of what you can get with a $50 order now through the end of August. And I see we have a few new people coming in. So hi to Penny, Kay, and Chris. So welcome, welcome. So glad to have you here. So with that, I'm going to transition my camera down. I do not have a 3D project tonight. I just didn't have time to get it done. I had some company and people coming and picking up their orders and such after work tonight. So I didn't get one done. So I'm sorry, but I have some beautiful cards to share with you using these products. And I think you're going to agree that they're really, really cute. And then the other thing is, this will also be a class that I'll be offering. I think it's a class I'm offering in August. So if it's something that you wanted to take advantage of, you could sign up for it, or you could private message me and I can give you the details on it as well. Okay, so with that, I'm going to transition my camera down and let me show you what I've created for you tonight. Okay. So you're going to get your little sneak peek again. Maybe. Yeah. And I'm just going to get things adjusted here and unplug my little monitor here. Doop doop. And let me get my computer turned around. Make sure that you guys can see everything okay. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So there's your little sneak peek. And I need to adjust myself a little bit. There we go. Okay, so let me move my stuff over a little. Bear with me. All right. So first I'm going to share with you the products that I'm using tonight. Aren't they cute? I know. So let me get my blends out of the way here. And I did not create, I again had good intentions. I'm going to still use, I had not closed my June host code. So I'm going to use my June host code as well here for anybody who wants to do the order option. So how it works is if you put in a minimum $30 order, you'll get 3 of the cards that I'm featuring tonight sent to you, already done, already completed. So that way you would be able to have a few cards and samples using these awesome free products. But they're really, really cute. So this is the Hippest Hippo. Again, a stamp set you can get for free with a $50 order. Okay, so really cute. And then an additional $50 order would get you the coordinating dies. So I do have a brand new set that I'm going to be showing you tonight, so you can kind of see them here. So you have the dies to cut out all 3 of the hippos, and then you have tons of accessories here as well. So with accessories, you've got a couple cute little flowers. You have a tub, so you can put like the hippo in the tub like it's getting a bath, which you'll see me use. You have a little life, a boat and a little like life preserver here, so you're going to see me use those here tonight. And then you have an umbrella and all kinds of different accessories you can use to make these hippo cards really, really, really cute. Now the final product that I'm using tonight that is also a celebration item is let me grab it here real quick. Let me move these out of the way. It is the, let me see what it's called. Silver and Gold 6x6 specialty paper. So with this paper, you get some gold polka dot. I'm not sure how many of those you get, but you get gold polka dot, you get silver stripe. You also get, I may not have them all here, but you'll kind of get the gist of it. So you get you get some gold polka dot and some silver polka dot, just like this. And then you get some silver striped and some gold striped. So those are the 2 patterns, and you get them in the 2 colors. So it makes it really, really nice. So you're going to be seeing me use this as well. I know I've had a few of my customers say they struggled with how to use this paper, and that is why I've decided to include it in what I used tonight for my hippos. Okay, so hopefully that answers your questions on all of the fun. Then all that product is free. $50 orders from now through September, or through August, and you will be able to get that. All right, let me see which card I started with first. Oh, the other 2 embellishments that I used for tonight. Which card? Oh, this one, maybe? Yes, okay. The other thing, before I get started, the 2 embellishments that I chose to use, so I always use usually an embellishment and a ribbon on my cards. So for this one, I used the champagne rhinestones. So I'm opening up a brand new pack because I used all of mine. And then I'm using some gorgeous, gorgeous ribbon that is part of the, I'm trying to remember which, I think this is part of the Lights Aglow suite, but I chose to use it for the hippos because it went so nicely with the 6x6 paper. But hopefully you can see how beautiful this ribbon is. It is gorgeous. So it's kind of sheer in the middle. It's got a gold, and then it's got the edge that is just, it's gorgeous. This ribbon is absolutely stunning. Okay, so that is what I'm going to be using on the cards. We're going to be doing a little bit of coloring. So I've got some blends here as well. You can probably still see in the camera. So let me show you the very first card that we're going to make together here. So I wanted to take advantage of the cute little tub and do a cute little hippo inside of the tub. Isn't that good? All right, and I'm a little crooked on my backdrop, and I don't like that. So let me fix it. See if I can. My camera's in here a little bit funky, but there, I think I fixed it a little better. Okay. So for this card, I chose to use basic white for my card base. So I'm just going to fold this in half. And then what I did with a lot of my hippos, Again, I like to kind of keep the supplies that I use to a minimum, only so that these cards are easy to duplicate for those of you that need to buy this stuff, right? Because I don't want you buying 20 million things to be able to make my cards and duplicate them. So I used the crumb cake blends on my cards today. I used the petal pink, and then I used one of the yellow, the Daffodil Delights, I think it's the dark, and then I used the Highland Heather dark as well, okay? So those are the only blends that you're gonna be seeing me use here. And I went with So Saffron for my first layer. Thank you, Beth. Like I said, I really wanted to kind of showcase how to use this paper so you can kind of have an idea how to use it. And this one I embossed with the Clouds embossing folder because, you know, it's kind of like he's outside, gonna be getting a bath, because who brings a hippo in the house, right? I mean, seriously, who brings a hippo in the house? Okay, so I'm going to layer together my two pieces. So I have a 4x3 piece of Designer Series paper, and then I have my 4 1/4 by 3. And so we're just going to adhere those together. I need to add that ribbon around here first. For some reason, I thought that ribbon went around the top, but it can't because you got to put your hippo there. All right, so I'm just going to adhere that together. Then I'm going to bring that ribbon back in. And I'm going to add this ribbon around the back of this. And again, you'll be able to see how cute this ribbon is. So a lot of times when I'm designing, I just kind of figure out what products do I want to use. And I think that if I was to introduce too many products at once, I think most of you would probably feel a little overwhelmed, which is why I try to keep it to just a few things, but show you different ways in which you can use it. So hopefully you like that. Okay, so this is what we're going to layer down here. It's just a 5 1/4 by 4. And then that pretty gold ribbon. Thank you, Sarah. A long time no see. Sarah's one of the gals that came over and picked up her BOGO seal order stuff right before I went live. So it was nice to see her. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put my dimensionals here on the 4 corners. And then we're going to adhere this down. And you guys see that grass that I did? That's a really, I call it an old stamping school technique. So I loved it years ago when Stampin' Up! Had their, what were they called? The scissors that, did the fringe scissors, I think they were called. And then they got rid of them, and I was so sad because I loved using them for grass. So I went back to my old school little technique here where you just take a piece of cardstock. This is Pear Pizzazz, and this is going to just be enough to go right here on the bottom. It's a 3/4 inch strip, so it's 3/4 of an inch by 4, and I'm just going to make my own grass. So all I did was make fringe by cutting little, probably 1/4 inch strips into my piece. Now I'm not cutting all the way through, and you'll see how I make this kind of look like grass and make it a little bit more, have more volume to it. But all I'm gonna do is, and again, you don't wanna cut all the way through. Been there, done that a couple times, and then you're mad at yourself because you're like, darn it all. Okay. All right, so there you have it, okay? And then what you can do, once it's down on your piece of paper, we're gonna kind of pick it up a little bit and make it more, give it a little bit more volume. So I'm going to add a little bit of my adhesive, covered it up with my gems. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of adhesive here on the bottom, and that's gonna run right all the way to the bottom of my white piece there, that gold or that silver piece. And then you're just going to, I think I still have my fringe scissors too. I just didn't use them because, nobody can get them anymore, but I think I have mine too. So all I do is take my fingernail, which freshly painted nails, aren't they pretty cool? And you just kind of fringe this up. And I had this one fringed up as well, but I always store my cards in the clear envelopes that Stampin' Up! Has, so it kind of flanned it, but you're just gonna kind of fringe it up a little bit. And then I adhere down my little tub. Now, isn't that cute? This would have also looked really pretty with gold foil. Believe it or not, I did not have any gold foil, so I went with this. And I'm just going to kind of stick this inside the grass a little bit. So you can see that I purposely kind of have some of it up, and so it's not like I wanted it to look like it was in the grass, okay? So it's kind of in the grass there. And then I stamped my cute little, so this is the hippo right here, holding the little flower. So I stamped it with Memento Black, and then I cut it out with the coordinating die, and we're just gonna color this real quick. So I colored it with my blends. I used the dark crumb cake, colored this part. They're so fun. So fun to do. And then I colored the bottom part down here with the dark. And the reason why I did the flower yellow is because I chose to use my yellow base here. And I was going to use the Daffodil Delight for the base, but it was a little bit too stark for this card. I wanted it to be more summery, springy looking, and it just seemed a little bit kind of stark for this. So I'm just going to color this in. Yee, cute. Thank you, Carol. All right, and then I'm going to use my crumb cake light, and I'm gonna color it. And I didn't do any kind of actual blending with this. I just colored. So nothing too fancy. Isn't he cute? And color his little belly here. And then I used my Petal Pink to color his eye, just so that his eye had a little bit of color to it. I used the light one here, and I also colored the nail, like his little paws, like his little, so I colored those pink, and then I colored his little feet pink, and I colored his eye just to give it a little bit of color. And then I used my little yellow here to color. So that one that I used, I think it's called the Clouds. It looks like it's got the clouds on it. I need to do better at writing the names down, but it's in the annual catalog, and it's something Clouds. That's what I used on the back of that one, Beth. And then we're just going to adhere the little dude inside the tub. He's getting a bath. Okay, so we're just going to kind of pick this up. I should have not. There we go. Pick this up, put him in there a little bit. He might be out a little bit further on this card. And then I love the sentiments on this one. So you have You're Always On Point, which I'm like, oh my gosh, it's perfect for my girls with dance. You're So Hip, which is totally, as my daughter would say, that's a vibe. They're vibing. That's the new thing, vibe. Vibe is a word. So anyway, and oh good, thank you, Beth. It's called In the Clouds. And then this one's You Really Are the Best, and then Love You a Ton. All really fun hippie sayings. I think they're so cute. So I used All You Really Are the Best, and then I just layered a couple circles, and I used the So Saffron and layered those together, and then I put that on with a couple of dimensionals. And there you have the first card. Isn't it cute? So cute. Put that on an angle, and then brought in my champagne rhinestones. So you can see the rhinestones kind of match my ribbon very well, right? And I'm just going to add a couple rhinestones down here onto my card. Ta-da! Isn't that cute? So anyway, like I said, I'm hoping these cards give you ideas of how to use all of those celebration products, because I think sometimes we look at them and go, oh, how would I use that? Or how would I? So this is what I came up with, and I think it's cute too. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so that is card number 1. Our next card that I created, because you know me, you got to have something pink. Oh, and don't worry, Carol, I've got purple coming up too. Okay, so my next card that I created is this one right here. And this one I chose to use the lined gold paper. However, on the one that I'm going to be making with you tonight, I cut it the opposite way. Again, just a little bit of a variation so you can see that the paper doesn't have to always be the way it is when you see a sample. You can change it up any way you want it to be. All right, so for this one, I chose to use polished pink for my card base. Again, that ribbon just really makes it pop. So the thing is, oh, I love the hearts, Carol. But yes, purple is coming. I promise you. It might not be to my last one, but it is coming. All right, so then I did a 5 1/4 by 4 of my crumb cake. And then this is the paper. So again, this paper is for Use it freely. If you have to get 2 packs, I mean, all you gotta do is put in another $50 order and you can get another pack. So this is a 5 by 3 3/4 layer. So these two just are going to get layered together. Thanks, guys. You guys are so awesome. And I'm using my adhesive sparingly because I didn't grab another refill to put out by my station. And I released Natalie from helping me. So if I run out, I may have to, oh, there might be one behind me. I have a caddy at 2 tables now because this is my recording table. And then I have another one behind me that's my designing table. So, okay. And then you guys have seen me do this ribbon trick many, many times. So it shouldn't be anything new. You just add some ribbon down there. And then I'm going to bring in this gorgeous ribbon and I'm going to make a little like like a zigzag here. You hold it up, bring it back up, and you just kind of hang on to it and you bring it back down. And you just make sure that it gets adhered really good. And like I said, it'll calm down and hold because you're putting something on top of it here. So let me just trim this off. There we go. And once again, the layering circles to the rescue. But they were just the cutest, I think, with these cards. So I used the scalloped one this time, and then I have a basic white. And this is embossed with the splatter embossing folder just to give it a little bit of volume and depth. You can see it here on my sample. It just kind of adds a little bit more texture to it and not just quite so plain, I guess. So these two we are going to adhere together. I know, Beth. Those went so fast. So I was so surprised that they were gone so quick. I can see why though. They were really, 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 really pretty. I might have a couple extra sets. I'll have to look. But yeah, I think what happened is that I think Stampin' Up! May have underestimated the popularity of those because the book again doesn't do them justice. They are just so pretty. All right, so I'm just going to adhere that down to the middle. And this time I used this one right here. So see, that one's right there. Love it. Okay, so I'm going to take a minute to color it because you know you got to color it. Again, I use the same colors. Now, are hippos brown? I don't know. Maybe they're gray. I used brown. After I colored them, that was a controversy, and I know that some of them are probably, they can be different colors. Mine are dirty if they're supposed to be gray, but you could use smoky slate. Smoky slate would work just as well. This is what I had, and so it's what I used. But I'm kind of coloring it the same way, where I'm using the darker one for the body, and then I'll use the lighter one for the belly and its nose. Or yeah, belly and face here. Forgot what I was saying. Do you ever feel like you can't do 2 things at once? I'm kind of feeling that way with this coloring tonight. I love these blends. I'm not sure if any of you feel the same way, but I find myself gravitating to these blends more than I do our watercolor markers. They just absorb and kind of soak in the color so easy and so fast. It makes coloring a breeze. I mean, I have replaced a few of them already, but that's okay because I use them a ton. Get it? A ton? Huh? We're working with hippos. All right, so I'm just gonna, I know, me and my crazy jokes tonight, right? Just gonna color this in. And then again, I use the petal pink just to kind of color in the mouth, the eyes. Kind of using it just as like a flesh color. And then we're going to use the light one. Color in his mouth, eyes, little feet. And then that I glued directly onto the circle. I did not use any kind of dimensionals. And I just kind of put it off at an angle like that. And then I have You're So Hip. Because he's kind of look at me, I'm so cool, right? I'm so hip. So I again used a little circle from the layering circles, and that got put onto the card here. And I didn't want to take away the white from here, so I didn't put any kind of a circle behind that. Markers, I know, they're so awesome. They're fun, fun, fun. All right, and I'm just going to add a couple of the little champagne. Don't those champagne rhinestones just go well with this? I love it. All right, and there you have a second card. So can you see it just adds a little bit of different variation to it using the paper up and down or across, but fun card. So and this one, believe it or not, I cut by mistake. I was supposed to cut it that way and I was in a hurry, and I'm like, well, that's okay. All right, so that is our second card. So again, like I said, you're going to be seeing me use some of these accessories here, and that is the case with our next card. So our next card, I made our little buddy be in a little boat. Isn't that cute? I love it, love it, love it. Again, like I said, you have accessories, so I used them. So for this card, I used basic white for the card base. And then I used Pool Party. So Pool Party is 5.25 by 4, sorry. And then for this one, I used Crushed Curry. And for this one, I used the Waves embossing folder. So, you know, you're out on the lake, you got to use the waves, right? So I'm just going to adhere these two together. And then I'm going to adhere these down to the card. Thank you. I know, isn't it cute? I love them. So I thought so too. Really cute. All right. And then I wanted to make some water. So for that, I have a piece of this is just a scrap again of the Pool Party. It's cut 5 1/4. Oh, this one I went all the way across. So it's cut 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, so it's going to go all the way across the whole thing. And all I did was rip this. And when you rip it, you want to rip it towards you because it gives you a better, like a tear on here for you to be able to do some inking around the edges. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of tear this. And we're going to use both of these. This will lay straight again. Trust me, it will. And then we're going to ink around the edges of those with Pool Party. So again, I'm using my sponge. We don't sell sponges anymore, but we have sponge daubers that work the same way. I just keep reusing my sponges because why do I want to buy anything else, you know? And you're just going to, oop, I have a hair on my sponge. Okay, and then you're just going to ink around the edges, or ink on the where this is distressed, where you ripped it. That's why you want to rip it towards you, so that you get a really good little area to do that, because that's what's going to really pop when you make this into water. Okay, so we're going to ink around on that one, and then we're going to do the same thing on this one right here. So wherever that area is ripped, you're going to add the ink to it, just like this. So fun. Hi, Joanne. Welcome. All right, so now we can go ahead and get rid of our Pool Party ink. I needed to probably add more ink to that. It's kind of dry. All right, so now we're just going to adhere these two together. So literally, you just adhere them together. Doesn't matter which one you do where and which one how you do it, but you adhere them together. So you can kind of play with it a little bit, see which one you like, the top or the bottom. And all I'm going to do is add a little bit of adhesive along this bottom edge. And I probably shouldn't have done that on top of my card, but that's okay. And then we're going to adhere this one down to it. And if you have it a little bit crooked, you'll know if it's crooked on the back. It really doesn't matter because no one's going to see the back. But I am going to trim this off a little bit to make them line up. They probably would have if I'd have, you know, taken my time and done it, but that's okay. And then this whole thing gets adhered down to the card. So there's a neat little way for you to make some, I have to oh my God, it's sticking to me. I didn't fold my cardstock the best because I was in a hurry. So let me get that done again. There we go. Now it's better. All right. So we're just going to adhere this down to the bottom, and it's going to go all the way to the bottom, and it should be big enough to go the full size all the way to the end of my Pool Party pieces right here. Okay. And then I cut out my little boat. So here's my little boat. And I did put that on with some dimensionals and kind of made it inside, like it's up inside of the waves. So I'm gonna put a couple dimensionals on that. The boat I used, I have to think about which color cardstock. Soft suede is what I used. And these dimensionals like to stick to that fresh gel nail polish. So every other Thursday is usually my nail day. So today was a nail day over my lunch hour. So yep, I went with pink. I haven't done bright pink in a while. So I told him this time I knew what I wanted and it was pink. All right, here's that little life preserver, and I need to, I already have all the little ends or little pieces popped out of that. And this I used Calypso Coral. I just wanted a pop of color. You could have used any color that you really wanted to. I just chose to use Calypso Coral. Now you could also use your liquid Tombow glue to adhere this. I'm just kind of being lazy and using my seal to adhere that down. And then I used the same cute little, I'm so hip. And this I'm actually going to cut off before I put that in there. So you don't need to worry about cutting all the way down. I cut him off to get him to fit in there better. Whoops, let me make sure my little life preserver is going to hold. All right, so we are going to color him because, you know, you got to have him colored. Otherwise, they don't look the same when you put the card together. So we're going to, again, I'm using the exact same colors. I don't want to color his eye. So cute. And I'm not going to color all the way down and waste my marker because I'm going to be cutting that. You'll see here in just a minute what I mean. And then I'm going to color the daffodil on his belly here. Ooh, this little brush is almost coming out of here. I'm going to have to find my new daffodil. It's okay if I go over a little bit. I'm cutting that off, and then we're going to use the light for his face, this part of his face. Cute. These cards were so fun to create. When I first sat down, the hardest part is, so I sit down with the stamp set and the dies, and I'm like, what do I want to pair with this? And I always look for a designer series paper of some sort when I'm creating. And I happened to just be, I had just unpacked a box of some products that came in, and I saw that gold and silver 6x6 sitting there, and I'm like, what in the world am I going to use that for? And I went, well, we're going to try to pair it with, I didn't use it on this one, as you can see, but I'm like, we're going to pair it with the little hippos, and I love how they turned out. Okay, so we're just going to cut that off, okay, because we don't need to have that inside of the card. So you can see this will go in here like this, and it's going to be just the top part of his little, I know it, that was hard to do, you guys. It's so hard to cut him up. But anyway, so you can always just cut part of him off, stick them in there. That I put directly in, and look at, you can't even, isn't it cute? All right, and then I did the same thing. You really are the best on this one. And I used the pool party, and that's what I put up here for my greeting. So we're just going to put that on here like that. This also went on with a couple of dimensionals. Such a cute little card. I love it. So that's just going to go on here like that. And then I added a little bow or a little knot of ribbon. So I didn't want to add any kind of other ribbon to this, but I did make a little knot. So I'm just going to take my ribbon here and I'm going to make a knot and tie it through here. Dook, dook. There we go. And again, I always like to make my knots kind of flat, so you'll see me always push them flat. Makes them a little bit easier for mailing. And then we're just going to trim off the tails here of these. Make it a little bit shorter, get my ribbon out of the way. And I still may have to make it even more shorter than that because it's a real little bow, because that little life preserver thingy is quite small. All right, and then with a glue dot, just let me bring in my glue dots. I haven't used those yet tonight. So with my glue dots, we are going to put a glue dot on there and adhere that right down to the center there, like that. And then again, topped it off with a few rhinestones, and voila, you have another cute card. So let me bring these in. I'm gonna put one, I put one up here. I just kind of put 2 or 3 around the little hippo guy. Any sizes will work. And there you have it. Let me get that out of the way. Gotta keep my space clean while I'm working. Isn't that cute? So again, have fun with this bundle. Accessorize these cute little guys because you get so many different things that you can do with that way that it makes it really, really nice. Okay, my next card, these last 2, do indeed. Thank you, everyone. I love it. All right, so this is again another, I wanted a really simple approach to a card. Now this card is a card, I'm gonna tell you where I was inspired to make this card, was to give to my granddaughter because I like to give her cards sometimes just because, and I haven't been doing enough of that, I don't feel. So I love you a ton, and so I made it pink and pretty and whatever. So this is gonna be a card that she'll be getting, and I chose to use, and you'll see how I changed the colors a little bit on this hippo. I used the light crumb cake with the dark petal pink. So again, using the same blends, but changing it up to make it look just a little bit different. So crumb cake for my card base on this one, and then petal pink for my, oh, and I don't have a petal pink here. Okay, so we're just gonna pretend that we have a petal pink. I only cut the basic white, but we're gonna go with it. And so I'm going to put this one down onto my card. I don't know how I made that mistake, but that's okay. So we're going to be minus a layer. Tell me it's okay, you guys. Tell me I'll be okay. All right, and then I cut a 3x3 piece of this is the paper with the gold polka dots, and then I added the ribbon around this piece. So right here we're just going to add the ribbon. See how beautiful this ribbon is with this? It's just gorgeous. How did my scissors get way over there? Okay, and so at the top of this one we're going to add some ribbon here near the top. So I'm just going to add it right here and wrap it around. And then this I put on with some dimensionals. So I'm just going to add dimensionals. Oh, those backs get everywhere. I'm going to add dimensionals to the 4 corners of it. I love this color combination. So I may be tearing this card apart later to add my layer because things like that drive me absolutely crazy. I know, right? All right. This is going to go up here like that. And then we're going to cut off a little piece of ribbon to make our little bow. So this is going to go under here and tie around like that. Maybe. There we go. We'll trim this off a little. And then I use the circles again. And we're going to color that. So this one I colored with the light blend. So we're not going to be using the dark crumb cake. We're going to be using the light. And I'm going to, whoops, I want the other side. Very true, Shireen, but I will know. But you're right. It's still going to be cute. So again, I'm just kind of making this one a little bit more earth toned, mellowed down because of the color combination on my sample card here, okay? So we're going to use the body here and the light crumb cake. And you know, when I create my projects, I usually create them like a month, sometimes a month in advance. And I always say I really should, you know, in my head I go, oh, I'll remember that project, or oh, I'll remember that color. And then I don't. So I really need to kind of start doing a little bit of a better job with that. And this time I'm just going to use the light blend because it's what I picked up. So it might look a little bit different. I know that I used the dark on that one. But again, doesn't really matter, I don't think. Oh, look how pretty. And then I'll use the dark blend to color the flower. So cute. All right. Oops, let me get that a little bit better. Okay, and then I'm going to use the dark blend to color in the flower. Put little circles here, the little on his cheeks. his eye, hand, feet. Hi, Peggy, and welcome. So, Peggy, I gotta tell you what you did this week for me. Peggy sent me, sorry, I'm gonna tell everyone, Peggy sent me the most sweetest card and the nicest message. And I had a really, I wouldn't say a bad day at work, but I had come home from different things that I had going on, and I got this card from Peggy. And she, like I said, wrote me the most sweetest message, and that brought tears to my eyes. And it was a card that I needed on a perfect day. And so I've been meaning to message her, but now I'm telling everybody publicly that sometimes the power of a card is just simply amazing. So even my husband's like, why, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, look at this card I got. And so anyway, you made my day, Peggy. So thank you so much. Okay, so I just layered those two together and put that in there. And then on a little 1/2 inch strip of the paper, I stamped the Love You a Ton. And I'm just going to cut these off. They are cute. I love them. My last one's the purple one. So I'm hoping that, Carol, you have hung tight with me here so far. All right, and then this is going to go on with some dimensionals. My purple one is the last one. It is a on point one. I'm using the on point stuff. So I had to make an on point one. My girls are both on point. So, you know, I had to do that. All right, so Love You a Ton. And then we're going to bring in those rhinestones again and add a couple of those down to the bottom of the card. I guess it still looks fine without the extra pink layer that I forgot to cut. So it'll be fine. All right, isn't that cute? Oh, thank you, Peggy. Like I said, it was just a perfect day to get that. Sometimes those little things just come at the right time. All right, so I have one more card left for you, and we are just about, yay, she's still there, and Courtney likes purple too. All right, so anyway, our last card is the one. Wait till you see this tutu. I'm just in love with this card. All right, there it is. Again, using the paper. This time I used, so you're gonna see I used all 4 patterns of that paper. I used the gold and the silver polka dot, and I used the gold and the silver lines. This is the silver polka dot, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you how I made these. I don't have the punch here to show you the punch because it is these kits right now are being cut for my class that I'm doing in September. And so Jen, who does my cutting, has the punch with her. But I'm going to show you it here in the catalog. The punch I used is the Lovely Labels Pick a Punch. And how it works is you cut your strips of paper, different sizes, you stick it into the punch, and it gives you that little top punch. So I just cut 2 strips, one a little bit smaller than the other, and I cut one using the Gorgeous Grape and one using the Highland Heather, and that's what I used for a little banner piece behind my card. Okay, so a great use of that punch. Thank you, Carol. So for this one, I used basic white for the card base. And then I added my, because I used the purple, I went ahead and used, now I could have also used the Gorgeous Grape here, but I just used the Highland Heather. So we're going to use the Highland Heather for the card base here. 5 1/4 by 4 going right on top of the card base. I should tell you these sizes. And then this one is 5 by 3 3/4. Oh, Patty, Patty's also a purple girl. I forgot that. So yeah, my purple people are gonna love this one. All right, so that's 5 by 3 3/4. Again, use the paper. It's free paper. Thank you, Philomena. And then these two just get glued together, okay? So all I did is cut those strips, put them in that punch, and punched them out to get, it was a punch I hadn't used yet, so punched them out. So there we have that. So I'm just going to adhere this down. I did not use any dimensionals on this. I just adhered it down right to the middle of the card. Okay, using the layering circles again. Thank you, Gail. Using the layering circles again, I used one of the scallops, and then I used that splatter embossing folder and embossed that again. And you can see my little pop of color. I used Coastal Cabana. Oh, and my little rhinestone fell off there. I had a rhinestone right on top of the edge of the umbrella. Oh, and now you're gonna adhere down because I was silly and let it go. Okay, and this is just gonna get adhered down. So there are 2 coordinating sizes. And then this, again, I did not use dimensionals. You could, I just didn't. I don't know why. I didn't want it to be too bumpy. And gets put right in the middle of there. And then I used the little, you're always on point. Oh, okay. So I used the dark Highland Heather to do the little tutu. Little tutus are so cute. But I had to do this as a girly card because, you know, it's a little girly girl. All right. And then I used the 2 blends again. So again, you can see I literally did all of this with 5 blends. Again, my whole goal is so that you are able to duplicate cards without having to put in a $500 order. Now, the only thing is I am showcasing 3 celebration project or items. So each one is free with a $50 order, but you do have until the end of August in which you can do that, unless, again, while supplies last. But the hippo and the coordinating dies are so cute. You could always change it and use different paper if the paper was to go away on you before you got the paper. And then the little belly here showing, I also did it in the light color. Cute. And then the dark color. Thank you, Shireen. I know it. I needed to add a little splash of color. And so I ended up just literally going to my scrap bin, and that's the first one I went with and went, oh, I like it. I think Coastal Cabana will look good. So in this, I'm just going to color with the dark crumb cake. So cute. Oh, and I forgot. I should have done, oh yeah, this goes this way too. Oh, and then I also did, oh, can't forget to do the little shoes in purple. The little legs. So point shoes are, you know, the straps are usually in like a satin. I know this because we have many pairs of expensive point shoes. So both of my girls are on point. Claire got her first pair a while back. And she actually, we were able to get her registered for dance classes already for next fall. And she, her placement was that she advanced to what they call point 2 for her point classes. So she will be on point probably in our dance recital, which is exciting. So, and Natalie will probably not be doing any kind of ballet, but she's actually taking a tap class at the college as one of her electives, which I think is going to be a good little segue as she exits the dance world, so to speak. So that'll be cool. All right, so there you have the cute little hippo, and then here's the little umbrella. Like I said, you can do all kinds of fun things with these accessories. So that I did dimensional with a dimension, so I'm just going to put one in the back. And I didn't even bother gluing that down. I just let it be because, you know, why not? So I kind of put it like it's in the hand here and let it come up here like that. And then I did the little "You're Always on Point." And I did put that on with a dimensional as well. And then the final thing was a bow because, you know, it's a girly card, so we can do a bow on this, right? So I'm just going to do a quick little bow with the ribbon. And we're going to make it kind of small because it's going across that small little area right there. Could have started this over a little bit more. I'm wasting a little bit of ribbon, but that's okay. And then I just like to trim my ribbon the same size where the bow stops. So kind of just make sure you don't accidentally cut that. Yeah, I've done it. All right, and then this is going to go on here with a glue dot. I just put it on here like that. And then we're going to add those rhinestones. And we have a cute card. So like I said, this will definitely be an option. I think this is a class option for my club members for the month of, what is it? Next month, August. I didn't think about that. So yeah, lots of cute things coming up. And then we're just going to put a couple of rhinestones, one on the end of each of these little banners. And I did put one up here on the top of the umbrella. And why not just set one in here as well. And there you have another cute little card with that cute stuff. All right, so we are at 8:02. I'm over by 2 minutes, but it's okay. I don't feel too bad being over 2 minutes. I'm going to showcase all of our cards again, bring them all back in so you can see all of them that we made tonight. Again, using this cute little hippo. So if you were thinking you didn't need the hippo, I'm hoping that my presentation decided or changed your mind that you really might need to consider getting this hippo. It really is cute once you have some time to kind of play with it. But these are all of our projects that we made tonight. Make sure that they're all in view here for you. Aren't they adorable? So again, any of you that are interested in putting in, actually on my website, I'm just going to tell you, I don't know where my little sheet is. It must have gotten thrown away already. But on my website, kimsbasementbunch.com, there is a host code right there. You can just click on that link and use that host code. Any $30 order placed now through Sunday night, you'll receive 3 of these cards in the mail sent to you already completed. So hopefully the projects were good and you guys didn't miss the 3D project too bad. But this, like I said, will also be a class that I'll be showcasing and offering available for purchase next month. All right, thank you all. Thank you, Rachel and Beth and Gail and Carol. Like I said, these cards were really fun to do. And I hope it gave you an idea of how to use this paper that I know of. I've had a lot of my customers say they didn't really know how to use. So I hope that gave you some ideas of how you can use that paper to make cards and just pair it with products that coordinate. The champagne rhinestones are perfect with it, as is this awesome ribbon that goes with a different product suite. So case away. So if any of you are wondering what casing means, it means, oh gosh, I have to think about it now. But anyway, casing means you're going to make my cards. Please make them. That's what they're there for. They are there for you to duplicate and make. And I appreciate you all so very much for joining me tonight. Donna, yes, looking forward to seeing you at our team event on Saturday. So, all right, bye everyone. Have a great weekend. I will be back next week with some more fun projects. And I hope that you're able to join me then. Bye and have a wonderful weekend.